Racing pigeons on the Widowhood method is a popular technique used by pigeon fanciers to maximize the performance of their racing pigeons. This method involves separating the male and female pigeons during the racing season to keep the birds motivated and focused on their races. Here are some tips to help you successfully race pigeons on the Widowhood method. Selecting the right pigeons. Choose pigeons with a proven racing pedigree. Look for birds that have demonstrated consistent performance in previous races. Select pigeons that are healthy, strong, and have good physical characteristics. Look for birds with strong wings, bright eyes, and well-muscled bodies. Consider the pigeon's lineage and breeding history. Pigeons from successful racing bloodlines tend to have better racing potential. Pairing and breeding. Start by pairing your pigeons early in the breeding season to allow them enough time to bond and raise a round of young birds. Separate the pairs before the racing season begins. This will help maintain the motivation and focus of the racing pigeons. Consider using artificial insemination to control the breeding process and minimize disruption to the racing routine. Loft management. Provide a clean and well-ventilated loft for your pigeons. Regularly clean and disinfect the loft to prevent the spread of diseases. Ensure that the loft is properly insulated to maintain a comfortable temperature for the pigeons. Install perches that allow the pigeons to rest comfortably without straining their wings. Feeding and nutrition. Develop a balanced feeding program that provides the necessary nutrients for your racing pigeons. Consult with an avian veterinarian or an experienced pigeon fancier to create a suitable diet plan. Feed your pigeons twice a day, in the morning and evening, to establish a routine. Provide a mixture of grains, seeds, and legumes to ensure a varied diet. Include supplements such as vitamins and minerals to support their overall health. Training and exercise. Gradually build up the pigeon's exercise and training regimen as the racing season approaches. Start with short flights and gradually increase the distance and duration. Implement a regular training schedule that includes both road training and loft flying. This will help the pigeons develop their navigation skills and strengthen their flight muscles. Train your pigeons in different weather conditions and at various times of the day to prepare them for the unpredictable conditions they may encounter during races. Motivation and Widowhood system. Separate the male and female pigeons once the racing season begins. Place the females in a separate section of the loft, allowing them to see and hear the males but not physically interact. Use a Widowhood box or trap system to allow the male pigeons to exercise freely while preventing physical contact with the females. Ensure that the Widowhood boxes or traps are secure and designed to prevent birds from escaping or entering the wrong compartment. Health and veterinary care. Regularly monitor the health of your pigeons. Look for signs of illness or injury, such as changes in behavior, loss of appetite, or abnormal droppings. Consult with an avian veterinarian for routine health checkups and vaccinations to prevent common pigeon diseases. Administer medications and treatments as prescribed by your veterinarian in case of illness or injury. Record keeping and analysis. Maintain a detailed record of your pigeon's performance, including race results, flight times, and any notable observations. Analyze the data to identify patterns and trends that can help you improve your racing strategy and breeding program. Keep track of the performance of individual pigeons to assess their racing potential and make informed breeding decisions. Mental stimulation and bonding. Spend time with your pigeons to develop a bond and establish trust. Handle them gently and talk to them in a calm and reassuring manner. Provide mental stimulation by placing mirrors or other visual stimuli in the loft. This can help alleviate boredom and maintain the pigeon's focus. Allow your pigeons to socialize and interact with each other during free-flying sessions outside the loft. Rest and recovery. Allow your pigeons to rest and recover after races. Provide them with a comfortable and quiet environment where they can relax and recharge. Monitor their condition closely during the recovery period. Look for signs of fatigue or stress, and adjust their training and racing schedule accordingly. Remember, racing pigeons on the Widowhood method requires dedication, patience, and attention to detail. By following these tips and adapting them to suit your specific circumstances, you can maximize the performance of your racing pigeons and increase your chances of success in competitions. Good luck. Widowhood explained. Widowhood racing has been around for nearly 80 years or more. When traveling in Belgium a few years ago, I watched a film made in the 1930s for the World's Fair. Racing Widowhood was featured and identical to how we race now, right down to the nest fronts. The misconception was Widowhood was a big secret until the 1950s. Racing straight Widowhood, only cocks, is the easiest and efficient way to race pigeons. Every other system favors the hens. Widowhood favors the cocks. To race old birds you must race a system. That's right, every system is more favorable than the natural system. The last 5 years up to 2015 we have raced celibate hens. The celibate hens have flown better than the widow cocks. We now do both, and I actually favor the hens. Many fanciers claim that their hens excel for them, so they do not want to change to widowhood. The natural system favors the hens, celibacy favors the hens, and double widowhood favors the hens. Get my point? If you race a system that favors the hens, your hens are going to be your better performers. Straight widowhood favors the cocks. For many years I have said I could put everything needed to know about widowhood on one page. The following article does just that. The number one question and dilemma is, should I mate the cocks, raise babies, just eggs, one baby, etc.? Here is the answer. It really does not matter. This is what I do. My cocks see the hens for the first time shipping night of the first race. I keep it very simple. My reasoning is, with no hens I can train and fly the cocks whenever. I use stock hens and extra unbroken hens for the cocks. With no mating and rearing young I can keep the cocks very lean to escape the hawks. My cocks do not waste energy rearing youngsters or driving hens. As for the molt, my cocks have usually dropped 1 maybe 2 flights by the last race, so feather is not a problem. Now the system made simple. 1. The cocks should spend 30 minutes with hens the first few races before crating for the race. They are left with the hens for 2 hours after a short race up to overnight on a long race. This is not real important. After week 3, just open next boxes for 15 minutes before crating for the race. Remove the cocks that are not racing before the hens are brought in. Toss the cocks that did not race to the hens in the morning, or place the cocks that did not race back in the loft once the hens have been removed for the day. 2. The day before shipping, Thursday for me, for a short distance race, is the day to feed for the race. On Thursday afternoon, if shipping is Friday, feed all day one of a mixture of 20% barley, 70% European mix and 10% safflower/hemp/flaxseed. 3. On Friday, the day of shipping for a short race, feed 3/4 ounce per bird European mix in the am. Feed 1/4 ounce per bird safflower/hemp/flaxseed about 1 p.m. Never feed too late into the afternoon or they may dehydrate. Water is always fresh with nothing added day of shipping. 4. Give a warm bath on day of shipping about 1 hour after 1 p.m. feeding. The bath relaxes them and helps them stay calm all night on the truck, plus it brings on form. Skip bath if rain is predicted. 5. Short distance races, feed half European mix, half depurative mix on day of return to build back reserves. Sunday through Wednesday 100% depurative, Thursday morning 75% depurative, 25% European. Thursday afternoon see above. 6. Day of return, 1 gallon of water must contain 1 tablespoon glucose, 1/4 teaspoon vitamins and electrolytes, any brand made for chickens will do, 1/4 teaspoon iodized salt along with a good friendly bacteria. 7. For long distance races 400 miles and above, feed the birds 50% depurative and 50% European mix Saturday through Tuesday. Feed mornings and evenings. Wednesday and Thursday, with Thursday being day of shipping, feed 50% European mix and 50% safflower, hemp, rape and flax mix. Feed birds all they want, then pull extra feed out. Vitamins and electrolytes on Wednesday with fresh clear water on Thursday. Pigeons should get vitamins and electrolytes day of return and the day before shipping. Tuesdays and Thursdays all season for 1 feeding mix 1/2 to 1 tablespoon flaxseed oil, buy at health food store, on grain, and add brewer's yeast, Belgium pink minerals, whey protein natural or vanilla flavor, and 1/8 teaspoon of iodized salt. Grit should be in front of pigeons at all times. Plus 1 little pot of Belgium pink minerals. 1 little pot of brown mineral block. 1 little pot of oyster shells and 1 pot of mixed commercial grit. 8. Mid-season, if performances falls off, let the cocks come home and spend overnight with the hens. The following week, bring in the hens 24 hours before shipping. Put in nest bowls and nesting material. Ship cocks and let them spend overnight with the hens when they return. Now go back to regular widowhood. They will be in great form and mentally be ready again. 9. Keep changing things to keep pigeons fresh. Week 3, put in only 1 really good hen before shipping. Week 4, put in bowls for the first time. Week 5, nothing, just crate and ship. Week 6, add 1 strange cock to the widow loft for 1 hour before shipping. Week 7, bring in hens 24 hours before, see above. Always have well-fed hens waiting for cocks to return from race. 10. Keep hens on wire and do not let mate. Feed rich European mix the day the hens will see the cocks. You do not want them to think about eating when the cocks come home. Feed widow hens barley 5 days per week. Not real heavy, keep them a little hungry. Treat hens with same medications at the same times as the cocks. Do not let them reinfect cocks. If hens mate up, do not use them for the cocks. No hen or sharing of a hen is better than a mated hen. Use stock hens that have been separated to add spark. Use yearling hens, they mate less. 11. Ship cocks every other week from 300 miles on. Use your judgment on how they act. If they are acting great, pool them. 12. Training, let cocks out to free exercise for an hour 4 to 5 mornings and 2 or more evenings per week. You can give a toss to cocks that did not race on the day of the race if needed. Toss one long toss, 70 miles, midweek for the first month of the race season. If they have raced 300 miles or above, they can go 2 weeks without being raced or tossed. They will get all they need around the loft. Do not have the hens waiting when they return from a midweek toss. Seeing the hens too much causes a loss of form. 13. Keep calm. Do not go in loft while birds are resting. You must do all loft chores while they are out exercising. Widowers just eat, exercise and rest. This is the name of the game. No disturbances. Loft should be comfortable and warm. No open areas that cause the birds to fear something outside. Keep moisture out and dryness in by closing loft down on cold or rainy days. 14. A good sound health program must be followed with canker and respiratory medications given every other week, Sunday afternoon, Monday and Tuesday. Rotate the two and use different drugs each cycle. I rotate flagyl, ridsol and Imtril for canker. I rotate suinoval and doxycycline for respiratory. Baycox for coccidiosis if needed or much dampness and rain is going on for an extended period. Worm the birds around week 6 or 7. Using different drugs each cycle helps fight resistance to the drug. Free racing pigeon tips and lots of info. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Look at the links and email below. There are many reasons to buy my racing pigeon method. Here are some of the best reasons. You will get excellent results. It's a very simple system to use. It's affordable. I have had over 400 first prize winners. It's adaptable to any situation. You can use it with any racing method, natural, widowhood, young birds. It's a very effective method. There is no need to spend a lot of money on fancy pigeon products. It's a reliable system and it is foolproof to use. Professional athletes, race horses, take the same products. There is science behind this, not just hearsay. It is all to do with red blood cells and oxygen in the blood. Without that, a pigeon will not race well, or an athlete will not win a race. If he has low oxygen in his blood, the above is fact and is 100% science. There are a few things you can do to improve your chances of winning at racing pigeons. One of the most important things is to learn as much as you can about the sport. You'll need to know the different types of pigeons, how to train them, and how to race them. Another key factor is practice. You'll need to be able to fly your pigeons competently in order to win races. And, of course, you'll need to have the funds to invest in racing pigeons and other racing equipment. Free racing pigeon tips and lots of info. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Look at the links and email below. There are many reasons to buy my racing pigeon method. Here are some of the best reasons. You will get excellent results. It's a very simple system to use. It's affordable. I have had over 400 first prize winners. It's adaptable to any situation. You can use it with any racing method, natural, widowhood, young birds. It's a very effective method. There is no need to spend a lot of money on fancy pigeon products. It's a reliable system and it is foolproof to use. Professional athletes, race horses, take the same products. There is science behind this, not just hearsay. It is all to do with red blood cells and oxygen in the blood. Without that, a pigeon will not race well, or an athlete will not win a race. If he has low oxygen in his blood, the above is fact and is 100% science. There are a few things you can do to improve your chances of winning at racing pigeons. One of the most important things is to learn as much as you can about the sport. You'll need to know the different types of pigeons, how to train them, and how to race them. Another key factor is practice. You'll need to be able to fly your pigeons competently in order to win races. And, Of course, you'll need to have the funds to invest in racing pigeons and other racing equipment. Free racing pigeon tips and lots of info. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, look at the links and email below.